Hey guys, this is Gossip Girl PK and today's video is very different than anything else that I've ever uploaded on my channel. It's not a tutorial by any means. I'm not really explaining what I'm doing. I am getting ready though, so it's more like a chatty get ready with me. I was actually very inspired by the look that James Charles created on Shane Dawson in their Jeffree Star series. So I really wanted to create something like that. So this look is totally inspired by that. I do not have the Thirsty palette, which is what James used on Shane in the series. So I just brought out some things in my collection that I thought would work. And I kind of like it. I don't think this is perfect. I do think that what Shane was wearing was a lot prettier than this. But I do also feel like for a first attempt, not having the products that were used on Shane, I think I did an okay job. Like, it's not that bad, right? But yeah, other than that, this video is pretty random. I mean, I don't even remember what I talk about in this video, which could be the fact that it's like 6 a.m. in the morning and I'm still up filming like an idiot. I haven't slept all night. It's not that I woke up at 5 a.m. to film. It's like I haven't slept yet. So definitely I'm not in my prime right now. My brain's kind of asleep and I don't even remember what I talked about in this video. But you guys will see and you guys will watch. So yeah, if you want to get ready with me, just go ahead and keep watching the video. But very quickly before we get started, just a polite reminder to hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up if you think I did a decent job recreating this eye look. Alright, so here's how this is gonna go. I already started off with my brows off camera because who really wants to see that? And in any case, I don't really intend this to be a tutorial by any means. I just want it to be a chatty get ready with me, just like friends sitting together doing their makeup together. So I just want to talk to you guys. So that's what we are doing today. If you're interested in the products that I'm using, because I won't really be talking about those products or explaining what I'm doing, I'm just going to write the names of the products on the screen as well as link them in the description box below. So, I mean, if you're intrigued by any product, just go ahead in the comment section and check that out. So yeah, I'm just going to do my makeup and we're going to chill together. So, do you guys know what time it is in China right now? It's 3:30 a.m. at night. I mean, obviously you're smart enough to know that 3:30 a.m. is at night, but I still wanted to stress that it's 3:30 in the middle of the night. Am I crazy or am I crazy? I know, but here's why. I've been really excited to film this video since this morning, and I don't think I'll get a chance to film any videos for the next few days. You guys will be seeing a vlog in the coming days, or maybe it's already up because I do plan to edit and put it up really quickly. If it's already up, I will link it down below. But that vlog is basically all about living in China for 2 weeks all by myself. I live with my husband, of course, and my mother-in-law, and they've been visiting Pakistan for the last 2 weeks. And tomorrow is my last day alone here in China. My husband gets back day after tomorrow, and that is also the Eid day here in China. Yeah, I think. I have no clue because I literally have zero social life. I do have some friends here, but they're both out of town. So I really didn't get a chance to hang out with them. It would have been a lot of fun if like they could come over and they could stay over and we could have a lot of fun. But I literally spent the last 2 weeks all by myself here in China. So tomorrow is basically my last day alone and I have a bunch of things to do because day after tomorrow might be Eid. So I have a little bit of food prep to do because my husband will be arriving really early in the morning day after tomorrow. So I want to have some food prepped for him. And then I have a few home organization things that I want to touch up on. So tomorrow might not be a good day for filming. And then day after tomorrow, husband comes back and then we'll celebrate Eid. And after that, I think we'll start traveling. So let me tell you how this video idea came about. So I don't know if you guys follow Shane Dawson. He's only like the biggest YouTuber ever. Seriously, I don't know who the biggest YouTuber is, but he must be one of the biggest YouTubers. He is the biggest YouTuber that I follow. He has a whopping 16 million followers. And I only started following him recently. So people keep talking about how his content has evolved over the last few months or few years. And I haven't been following him for that long. So the only content that I am aware of or that I have been following is his recent content. And that is incredible. It's revolutionary, I feel like, very different than any other YouTuber ever. And I'm not really going to comment on his lifestyle. because obviously I belong to a religion that has very strong opinions about certain things. And even though saying those kinds of things or having those opinions is politically very incorrect in today's society, but I mean, I'm not really going to sit here and apologize for my beliefs, no matter how politically incorrect they are. So I'm not even going to discuss that. I'm not going to start anything here. This is not a drama channel. I don't care for drama channels. I don't watch them. And this is definitely not intended for any drama. So I'm not going to comment on his lifestyle, his choices, none of that. I just want to talk about his content, which I find extremely interesting. He's actually one of the most interesting and funniest people to actually follow. Watching his videos is a good time. You actually really enjoy it. And I genuinely feel like Shane Dawson as a person is a great human being. He has a very nice heart. He's really considerate for the people that surround him. And I just overall really like the guy and his content. I started following him when he did his series of Trading Life with a Blind Person. He did his series with Molly Burke, who is a blind YouTuber. And she's such an inspiration for me. I really like her. I've been following her for years now. And when Shane Dawson did a collaboration with her, that is when I found out about him, his channel, and that is when I started following him. Before that, I honestly didn't have a clue who he is or what he does. People kept throwing his names here and there in different videos, but I never really cared to actually go out and search that. It was only when Molly Burke's series came out, that is when I actually started following him. But anyways, he recently did a series on his channel called The Secret Life or The Secret World of Jeffree Star, something like that. And it was groundbreaking. It was a brilliant series. It was a 5-part series, and it was actually a lot of fun. Changed a lot of perspectives that I had, changed my mind about Jeffree Star to a great extent. And here's the truth. I never really followed Jeffree Star. I don't know him. I've never followed him. I don't know what he's all about. I've just heard from other people opinions about him. Hold on, I need to put on a lip balm because my lips are super chapped. So yeah, where were we? Yes, the series. So he did a series with Jeffree Star, and it's definitely something worth watching. I'll link all 5 parts down below. In the second part of that series, he actually traded lives with Jeffree Star. He became Jeffree Star for a day, and James Charles glammed him up. And the truth is, the moment I saw that look, I was like, I need to create this eye look on myself because I really liked it. It was different. James is excellent at makeup and he does things differently, and I just really like the overall look. I'm dying to know the lip color that he put on Shane that day, because that is my ideal lip color, and I know I must have at least half a dozen lip colors in my collection that are very, very close, but I still want to know what lip color he used because it looked absolutely gorgeous. But anyways, the eye look he created it using the Thirsty palette by Jeffree Star, and I don't own it. So I was like, I need to get creative and I need to recreate it using the products in my collection. So that is what we are going to do today. And when I was thinking about creating that look, I was like, why not I do a video all about it, and I can talk about the series and I can talk about how it changed my perspective and things like that. And we can just talk about it. And again, I would like to stress that this is not a drama channel. I do not like watching drama channels. I do not really like to stir things up. The only thing I hope this does is maybe get me more views, because I don't know what's happening. I'm only averaging 100 views for each video, and I don't want to complain here because this is just a hobby. I'm not doing it for money. I mean, YouTube has made it extremely difficult for new creators like myself to actually make any money on YouTube. So I don't see myself making any money on YouTube for the next several years to come. So this is just basically a hobby for me. I have watched so many YouTube videos that I was practically just giving my mirror a tutorial every single time I would do my makeup. And I was like, that's crazy. I really need to start a channel so I could actually share all this knowledge that I'm sharing with myself in the mirror. I'm sounding crazy. But anyways, that's the truth. That is how I figured out I really needed to start my channel, and I really enjoy it. And I know that most of it is my doing, me not getting enough views is my doing. I'm not a very regular uploader. I don't upload very frequently. I don't have a schedule. Whenever I go to Pakistan for months at a time, I don't upload then. So I mean, I am not one to complain. I cannot complain about not getting views. People who follow me or are subscribed to me don't really know what to expect. They don't know when I'm gonna upload. I mean, I still put a lot of effort in my content, and at least I try to improve. I have invested in good lighting. I've improved my camera quality, my microphone, things like that. Even though, like I said, I literally make 0 pennies on YouTube. So, I mean, I care about it enough to actually go all the way and invest in these equipments. But I understand why I don't get that many views. But anyways, where am I going with that? I just wanted to say that I'm not stirring things up here. I am a nobody. I literally have 100 views on each of my videos, so I'm completely irrelevant. So I cannot even hope to begin a drama even if I wanted to, but I don't want to. The only thing I can hope is maybe a few more views. So if you want to help me get there, maybe share the video. But I just wanted to talk about it in general. Like, I wanted to recreate that makeup look, and I decided to just do that on camera and just talk about it. So anyways, like I said, I've never followed Jeffree. I don't know what he's all about. The only opinions I've formed of him have been formed through the YouTubers that I follow. And I don't mean that to say that these YouTubers have bashed him or talked badly about him or any of that. In fact, most of the YouTubers that I've followed have said nothing about Jeffree ever. There's only a couple of them who have actually talked about Jeffree Star, his scandals and stuff like that, at least from among the people that I follow. But I feel like there are so many YouTubers that I follow who would never talk about Jeffree, his products, his brand. Never. You will never see them using the product on camera. You'll never see them talking about them, promoting the product, nothing. They don't ever mention him, which is kind of like an indirect way of not supporting the guy. So I just overall get a feeling and a vibe that a lot of these YouTubers that I follow who never mention Jeffree or his products, they probably don't support him and they don't want us to buy from him. My first impressions of Jeffree were actually formed through a video by Stephanie Nicole. I think she reviewed his lipsticks. I don't know what product she was reviewing, but at the end of that video, she had a whole entire segment about Jeffree Star's character. And if you guys have been following me for any amount of time, if you follow me on Snapchat, if you have seen my last video Get to Know Me tag, you would know that I love Stephanie Nicole. Like, she is my ideal as a YouTuber. That is the kind of ethic I would like to have for as long as I'm on YouTube. I adore her and she just inspires me. So when I watched that video, something clicked in me. And at the time, I only had 2 or 3 liquid lipsticks by Jeffree Star. That's it. I didn't own anything else from the brand. And there and then I decided I would never again purchase from the brand. I don't know. I just decided I wanted to be a little more responsible with the way I spend my money. And I just want to not support a guy like that. And today I'm actually ready to sit here and confess that that was a quick judgment. I was quick to judge him. I was quick to form an opinion on him. I never did my own research. I never followed the guy. And at the time, my only other exposure of Jeffree were actually some videos that I had accidentally watched. Some snap stories, really nasty, really vindictive, really negative, and very mean kind of. He had a very mean output, and those videos just came in my recommendations list, and I was busy doing things around the home. So I wasn't really monitoring what was playing on my YouTube, and it was on autoplay, and I don't know, but I just accidentally watched a few of those. So my only exposures of the guy were that. What Stephanie had told her viewers and those videos, those few videos that I had watched, because he does seem to get himself into a lot of drama. So every other day there's a video in my recommendation list that's about him or his scandal or his drama or something like that. But anyways, in this series, Shane actually walks down memory lane, takes Jeffree to his old apartment, and they just talk about some really dark stuff. But overall, I genuinely felt like it was a much needed reality check for me personally, that you shouldn't really judge people too soon. I mean, everyone has a story and everyone is going through something. But I don't know, I was just really overall inspired by the series. I didn't buy anything from Jeffree Star after that review from Stephanie that I watched. And I don't know, I was actually contemplating buying the Thirsty palette these past few days. Even though I had told myself like I am a strict makeup no-buy ever since buying my green-brown Natasha denona palette. And if I may quote Kathleen Lights, that's expensive. So I mean, I should actually be on a very strict makeup no-buy. But I don't know if it is my state of mind changing about the brand and the brand owner, or if it's actually a really good palette, because when I first saw it, I was like, nah, nothing special. And the more I see it and the more looks that I see being created with that palette, the more I want to get it. I actually went online on Beautylish because that's like the only place where I can actually buy foreign makeup here in China. I actually went on Beautylish and tried to buy it, but it was out of stock. And there are some third-party sellers who have it in stock here in China, but I mean, obviously, since they imported it themselves, they're going to charge a 20-25% margin on top of that, and then it's going to be very expensive. So I don't want it that much to be paying like 20-25 on top of the actual price, so I didn't buy it. But I mean, I've really been liking the looks that people have been creating with that eyeshadow palette. So yeah, I mean, today we're going to kind of figure out if we can recreate a look that was originally created using the Thirsty palette without using the Thirsty palette. But that being said, I'm definitely open to buying the Thirsty palette sometime in the future when it's in stock. Like, I'm open to breaking my no buy from Jeffree Star, if that makes any sense. Anyways, let me zoom you guys in so we can actually start creating this eye look that has got me so excited that I'm literally filming at 4 a.m. in the morning. So looking at Shane's look, I feel like what James did was put that coral shade from the palette, I don't know what it's called, in the transition area. And I don't know if he built up to it, but I think I'm gonna go directly in. So I'm gonna take this coral shade from my TZ palette. I think this is the 35D. Yeah, this is the one that is a little more colorful. And honestly speaking, even though I love the brand, this is not my favorite palette from them. Their other 35 pan palettes are some of my favorite, but this is not one of them. I don't know if it's because these are very bright colors, and brighter colors are usually difficult to make compared to like your regular neutral eyeshadows. So I don't know, but anyways, I'm just gonna take that corally shade and I'm gonna start building it in my crease. This is the Morphe M433, and I'm just gonna use, it's a very pigmented shade. I just feel like these eyeshadows are a little dry. There's nothing wrong with pigmentation. I just like eyeshadows that are a little more softer. And the eyeshadows in their other 35 pan palettes are definitely way softer than these, which is why I was kind of a little let down. I was so used to them. I don't have any issues with the pigmentation. I have to say that. It's just the texture of the eyeshadow that I am not exactly a fan of. But anyways, I'm just going to very slowly build this up. I feel like I need a little more pink in this color to make it comparable to like the one that Shane had in his crease. So I'm gonna take this shade and I'm just gonna add it on. We are just experimenting today. This might be a total fail, but I'm still gonna edit and upload this video because why the heck not? Alright, so that's not too bad. It actually is pretty nice. The pigmentation is there. It blended very, very nicely. Like, it's very smooth. I don't see any patchiness, no skipping, nothing like that. Did I just quickly judge an eyeshadow palette in a video all about not quickly judging people and apparently things too? I probably spoke too soon. This is a good eyeshadow palette. I mean, I'm liking the way these eyeshadows are blending. So anyways, the next thing I'm going to do is put a very bright yellow in like the inner corners of my eyes. And that was kind of like the most eye-catching thing about that eye look. The yellow, everything about it was pretty eye-catching, I guess. The yellow in the inner corners, the glitter on the lids, and that teal on the lower lash line. I literally scanned through my entire eyeshadow collection for a shade like that, and I couldn't find a single item. So I'm kind of going to mix a few shades in, and so maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to form a color just like that. And that is actually what I'm most nervous about today's look, because I don't know how that is going to turn out, because I don't have a color like that in my collection. So for the really bright yellow that James applied on the inner corners, I'm going to use this. This is by Ofra. It's their fixline eyeliner gel, and this is in the shade Yellow Submarine. And this is really yellow. Like, this is very, very bright, and I do feel like yellow actually looks very refreshing and nice in the waterline. So I picked this up, and this has a very interesting texture. Like, it doesn't feel like an eyeliner. Remember those paints that we used to have as kids for art class? They had a nice thick goopy but very liquidy formula when they came new. This is kind of what it feels like when you open it. So I don't think I want to go directly onto my eyes with this. I think I'm going to take a brush, take it on the back of my hand, and then pick it up from there, so that way I'll be able to control it a little bit more, because otherwise it's a little too liquidy to be directly applied on the eyes. At least that's what I think. So I'm just going to grab a brush and take a little bit of this. See, it's very liquidy and very runny. I mean, it just feels like paint. Very interesting. Anyways, I'm kind of spreading it out a little bit so that I don't have that much product on my brush when I go in. And I very slightly want to apply it here on my inner corners, like slightly on my lids too, and slightly below the lower lash line as well. Oh my god, did I just ruin the entire look? Because this, I don't know. Like I said, this is a little too liquidy, so you do apply a lot all of a sudden. So I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I'm gonna try and blend it with my fingers maybe. Maybe that would do a better job of just evenly laying it out. I don't know. It's a different formula for me, so it's going to be a learning curve for me. It's very new to my collection. This is actually the first time I'm using it. Okay, so maybe I should go in with a little more fresh out of the cap because I feel like it has dried out because it was such a thin layer. So maybe I want to apply more and just go in with my fingers right away. This is definitely better. I feel like you have to blend it with your fingers. Otherwise, it just won't really spread that nicely. Still a little patchy on the lower lash line here. I don't know if we can fix that, but I don't know, guys. Maybe I just ruined the look even before it started. So let's continue with this look and see if we can actually save it. I'm taking the very bright yellow from the eyeshadow palette and I'm going to stamp it right on top of this very patchy eyeliner. I don't think it's a bad product. I've heard good things about it. I just feel like I don't know how to use it yet. It's very new and very different as far as eyeliners go, so I need to work with it a little bit more to actually get a good result out of it. But wasn't a success today because it did dry down in different areas and it is looking a little patchy. Okay, so maybe from far away it looks good. Definitely looks patchy close up, but let's continue on and see if we can actually create something nice out of it. This time I'm gonna just put it in and go in directly with my fingers to blend that out. Yes, see, that was my mistake. First time I continued to try blending with a teeny tiny brush and the eyeliner kind of dried down along with those brush streaks. So that was kind of a mistake there. This is definitely better. I'm gonna build it up a little bit more. So I think the next thing that James did was actually put some glitter on the lid space. Like the majority of the lid space had some goldish glitter on it and it wasn't packed. Like it wasn't packed all over the lids. It was a very slight wash of glitter and it looked beautiful. So again, I'm grabbing the Natasha denona glitter eyeshadow in the shade True Gold. It is slowly but surely becoming my favorite eyeshadow from them. And I'm not going to use glitter glue today because I want a very nice wash of glitter like I said. But I just hope I don't get a ton of fallout because I've already done my base. I don't know if I'm crazy, but just putting this glitter on is kind of making me feel like this look is actually coming together and it's going to look a little something like the one that James created. I could totally be wrong because I still need to do that lower lash line and I do not have a shade in my collection that looks anything like that teal in the Thirsty palette. Surprisingly enough, I'm not really getting a lot of glitter fallout. I mean, I do have some fallout, but it's not crazy. It's not that bad. Alright, so let's see where this goes. So, I'm kind of going to layer things up in an attempt to actually create the kind of color that Shane had on his lower lash line. So it was a very nice fresh teal. What I have here is a nice bright blue eye crayon kind of product from Sephora. And then from this palette, I feel like if I layer this green on top of that, it's going to form a very similar color. Last night I checked it on the back of my hand and it kind of created a similar shade, but I'm still nervous. So I'm just going to put this on my lower lash line. Alright, so even just with the blue, it kind of looks like a similar look. So now I'm going to take this kind of like a parrot green. It does have some shimmer to it, but it's more of like a satin finish. Alright, so I'm going in, praying that this works. So did it work? I feel like it did. It did kind of create like more of a teal shade, but definitely has a little more green than I would want. So I'm going to go back in with this crayon one more time. and layer that a little more on top to add a little more blue to the look. Alright, so I think that kind of worked. Definitely not perfectly, but kinda did. So I'm taking a little more of that yellow shade and I'm going to now blend it out a little bit. Just picking up the first brush one more time and kind of just deepening up the outer corners here. I do feel like I want to add a little more glitter to the eyes. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and put some nude eyeliner in my waterline. Alright, so I'm just going to curl my lashes, put on a coat of mascara, and then probably put on lashes as well, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I just went ahead and put some falsies on because I felt like this kind of look asked for it. I like it. I definitely think that what James created was so much better. Like, I definitely have a few things that I could improve here. And obviously I'm not working with the exact same product that he worked with. So obviously there's that. But anyways, now all that's left is a lip color. And I feel like for today's video, it is appropriate to use a Jeffree Star liquid lipstick because this is like the only product that I have from Jeffree Star. So I line my lips with a super nude lip. I'm going to go in with this shade Leo. I really need for someone to actually figure out what lip color did James put on Shane because that was amazing. Alright, so that is pretty much it, but I completely forgot to highlight my brow bone. So I'm using the same highlighter that I used on my face, just under my brows. Alright, so that is it. This is the recreation of the look that James Charles created on Shane Dawson for the Secret Life of Jeffree Star series. I think this is like kind of close. Let's not call it recreation. Let's call it a look inspired by James Charles's look on Shane Dawson for that series. Let's go that way. That's gonna make me feel better about myself. So yeah guys, that completes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, even though it was super random. But I'm gonna be leaving links to all 5 parts of Shane's series in the description box below. Go check it out. It's a really nice series and just overall Shane's channel is a lot of fun. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy watching his content. But yeah, that wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!